Hello level cast learners, and welcome to your daily dose of international news. It's May 15th, 2026, and we're bringing you the most important stories from around the world. Let's dive in. News 1 of 12. First up, the war in Ukraine. German leader Immerse says that Russian President Putin is making the war worse, not trying to end it. This comes after Ukraine used drones to attack Russia. These attacks happened after Russia launched massive strikes on Ukraine for 3 days. Ukrainian President Zelensky has stated that Ukraine is completely right to plan attacks on Russian energy and military targets after Kyiv, the capital, was attacked. News 2 of 12. There's strong disapproval after Kyiv suffered many Russian attacks. Also, there's a warning about military drones flying too close to Ukrainian nuclear power plants. Ukraine has launched big attacks on Russian regions and a large oil refinery. This followed a missile strike on Kyiv that killed 24 people. Zelensky says Russia is committing war crimes and that Ukraine is justified in planning strikes against Russian energy and military targets. News 3 of 12. Moving to Germany, leader Merz has said he would not advise his children to go to the United States. He explained that he no longer sees the US as a place of opportunity. This is because of a deeply polarizing social situation, meaning society is very divided. News 4 of 12. In the United States, Harvey Weinstein's new trial in New York has ended without a decision from the jury, who were stuck. Weinstein is already in prison because he was found guilty of other crimes in the US. However, this outcome means the rape charge against him is still unresolved. News 5 of 12. Next, we look at US diplomacy with China. Former President Trump's lack of focus on human rights in China is a big change for US foreign policy. Trump left China without making progress on important issues like Iran, Taiwan, or artificial intelligence. This change shows how the US has transformed during the Trump era and how China is becoming more confident globally. The US president called the deals fantastic, but there were few details after a lot of ceremony and little progress at the much talked about meeting with Chinese President Xi. News 6 of 12. The Trump administration is increasing pressure on Cuba by threatening to charge Raúl Castro with a crime. This move is similar to when the US charged Venezuela's Nicolás Maduro. This is happening while Cuba is facing a fuel crisis, making the situation even more difficult for the country. News 7 of 12. In the Philippines, there's been a chaotic week. Senator De La Rosa, who was in charge of the war on drugs, managed to avoid arrest, outsmarting the president. He fled the Senate building, making the government appear incompetent to many. People are wondering where he is. News 8 of 12. The United Kingdom has joined a European agreement to send asylum seekers, whose applications have been rejected, to special centers in other countries. All 46 member countries of the Council of Europe have signed this agreement. Human rights organizations have strongly criticized this decision. News 9 of 12. In the Solomon Islands, Matthew Whale, who often criticizes China, has been chosen as the new prime minister. Whale won a vote in parliament with 26 votes to 22. As prime minister, he is expected to make stronger connections with traditional allies like Australia and the United States. News 10 of 12. Now to the UK. Today's news newsletter asks if Labour leader Keir Starmer can keep his job. Wes Streeting's resignation has shown there are deep disagreements within the Labour Party. With a leadership election likely coming soon, it's a critical time for Keir Starmer to highlight his achievements. News 11 of 12. The Netherlands is facing its history of Nazi occupation. Even though it's been 80 years since the country was freed from the Nazis, many stolen objects have not been returned. Silence, shame, and a legal system that struggles are keeping Jewish property in Dutch family homes. News 12 of 12. Finally, Oman is in a difficult position between the US and Iran. This is after Iran claimed there was a joint plan for the Strait of Hormuz. Oman has been quiet about these plans, which the US does not support. The plans would involve charging a fee and asking for nationality details from all ships passing through the strait. That's all for today on Level Cast News. Keep practicing your English, and we'll see you next time.